Are you planning on buying an acreage in Cedar Rapids area is on your list of possibilities? Well, in this video, we're going to go over some of the top acreage areas that people tend to choose in the Cedar Rapids area. One thing to mention is that if you plan on buying an acreage in Iowa, it is important to check the lot lines, easements, make sure you get all the inspections that are needed, such as, but not limited to, wells, septic tanks, septic drain fields, wood destroying insect inspections, whole property inspection, radon tests, and any other inspections that may be needed. We won't go over how to buy an acreage on this video, but if you think that would be helpful, leave it in the comment section below and we will add that to the list of videos to cover soon. In this list, we won't be going in any particular order, but we will target the areas that have the most acreages sold each year in the Cedar Rapids area. I pulled some data from the local MLS or multiple listing service us realtors use. Now, within a 20-mile radius, 229 acres were sold in the last year, with the cheapest acreage sold in Central City, Iowa at $95,000. And the most expensive acreage sold was sold at $1,750,000 on the northeast side of Cedar Rapids. If you look at the middle of the pack as far as price, to get a median, an acreage within 20 miles of Cedar Rapids is somewhere between $400,000 to $600,000, as this gives you a better idea than the average, as outliers are not involved like the cheapest and highest priced acreages that we just covered. Also, this is the sweet spot as far as price, so you know what to expect if looking for an acreage in the Cedar Rapids area. The first area I want to cover with 11 acreages sold in the last year is Southwest Cedar Rapids, Fairfax, and Walford, as they are all in close proximity. The cheapest acreage sold in that area sold at $165,000 in the outskirts of Southwest Cedar Rapids. I toured this home with a buyer and he decided against it as the home was in rough condition but was a fixer. Someone got a nice home and nice acreage though. Overall, it was a nice home with just over an acre. With a good remodel, that home should be worth much more than it was bought for. The most expensive acreage sold in this area sold for $880,000 and had just over 10 acres of land. Overall, in these three areas of Southwest Cedar Rapids, Fairfax, and Walford, the median price in this area is somewhere between $250,000 and $325,000. It is an affordable area where you can find an acreage, but also be real close to shopping on the southwest side of Cedar Rapids. We did help someone buy in this area, and it was kind of a fixer that needed some updated by the airport. They fixed it up and it is their forever home now. Shout out to Jose and Cindy, as they are some of my favorite clients who are now great friends of ours. The second area I want to cover is north and south of Blair's Ferry Road, on the very west end of Blair's Ferry Road, where you go out of the city limits. Edgewood Road hits a T where you can turn either to go east or west on Blair's Ferry Road. The area we are covering is west of Edgewood Road, or between Palo and Cedar Rapids. This area is amazing and has tons of trees, and right before you get to Palo, there is the Cedar River. This entire area offers some of the best acreages in the entire area, with 28 acreages sold in the last year. The cheapest sold acreage in this area was $215,000. This acreage had almost 3 acres, but had a home that needed lots of work. This address was between Palo and Cedar Rapids, but had a Palo address. The most expensive acreage sold in this area was $1.75 million and was the most expensive acreage sold in the entire area within 20 miles of Cedar Rapids that had over 26 acres of land with it. This address is considered Northeast Cedar Rapids. This is why it is so vital to have the top relocation team in the state like us at the Living in Iowa team helping you, as this home has a northeast address, but the positioning of this home is really as far northwest in the city as you can get. Having a team that knows the area better than anyone else is so important. Give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email if you need anything buying, selling, or investing in the state of Iowa and or Cedar Rapids area. To finish out this area, I want to give you the median price range of homes in this area, or the sweet spot. The sweet spot is anywhere between $375,000 or $500,000. My closest colleague and basically my unofficial team member had a listing that is on this list on this side of town that did sell. It was a great home with a shop on over an acre of land. The nicest thing about this home was it was off the beaten path, but on Blair's Ferry Road, which is paved. Also, it is within minutes of shopping while having the privacy of an acreage. Now I want to take you to the exact opposite side of Cedar Rapids for our next area, and that is southeast Cedar Rapids. This area has some of the nicest luxury homes in the entire area, while also having acreage opportunities as well, with 26 acreages sold in the last year. The cheapest acreage sold on the southeast side of Cedar Rapids was $104,000. This home had just a smidge over an acre. The most expensive acreage on the southeast side that sold was $1,665,000 with nearly 8 acres of land. The median price for the southeast side for an acreage is somewhere between $350,000 and $600,000. Before we get to a couple more areas in the place our family would like to be living at someday, I want to let you know we did a video on the southeast side of Cedar Rapids and showed the acreage areas. Make sure to check that out after this video. Let's go north into 2 small communities that are just north of Cedar Rapids, and those areas are Toddville and Robins area. There have been 17 acreages sold in this area in the last year, and it is an area we have friends who have a homestead in this area. The cheapest acreage sold in this area in the last year came in at $229,000 with just over an acre of land. The most expensive acreage sold in this area came in at $1.3 million with nearly 33 acres of land to go along with the huge home. For a sweet spot of median acreage price in this area, the price comes in between $320,000 and $450,000. As you can tell with this list and see, the acreages in the Cedar Rapids area are not out of that affordability pocket. And if you are getting value from this video, please smash that like button, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell so you're notified each and every time we come out with a new video. All right guys, last area I wanted to go over has great acreages and is an area we see our own family calling home someday. That is the Swisher and Shueyville area. There have been 25 acreages sold between these 2 small towns in the last year. The cheapest acreage sold in this area in the last year was $222,000 with just over 3 acres of land to go along with the home. The most expensive acreage sold in this area came in at $1.6 million. The median acreage price for this area is between $550,000 and $700,000. The Shueyville and Swisher area are known for some of the most expensive homes in the entire area and the state of Iowa. In fact, this area has one of the most impressive homes, I'm sure, in the entire state. It's amazing. That acreage has a full-size baseball field, full-size outdoor basketball court, $1 million pool that I saw firsthand when it was being built, a pool house, batting cages, a massive detached garage, and a tantalizing home with an exterior of limestone. It is a sight to be seen.